Now, in this video, we're going to touch on probably the most basic thing I think I've ever talked about on my channel, but it will completely change the structure of your golf swing, and especially for you golfers out there who've been grinding and getting specific positions into your golf swing, but you just can't do it no matter how much you practice. And that's because so many of you are not standing the correct distance, even an appropriate distance, away from the butt end of the club. So I will hear so many people saying, God, I've got no room in the downswing coming into the golf ball. I really have to do a lot to be able to create some room. Do I have to push my hips back more in the downswing? Do I need to have more side bend? Do I need more left leg extension? But then you see them set up to the golf ball like this. No distance between butt end of the club and body. So, of course, if we have no distance here between butt end of the club and body, what's going to happen coming into the downswing? We've got to do things to create some room. So, if I don't move, of course, I'm going to do the classic thing of shanking the golf ball. But our body is, of course, smarter than that. It will get you to try and hit the ball to your target. So it will create room by standing the body up, early extending, which pulls the hands in, gives you room. So you can see how standing too close to it can be such an issue. But players who stand far too far away from it as well, where they've got a crazy gap. Now they've got too much room, so they've got to close it in. So what I most commonly see with players from here, they'll probably have this big inside loopy kind of inside takeaway, and then they'll massively throw the club out over the top to try and reach that golf ball, or they'll hugely extend their trail arm, because again, they've got to reach the golf ball. If they move their body in a dynamic, nice way, the club's going to pass on the inside of the ball line, they'll probably toe shank it. So that's where you could dive into all those areas of all the things that are happening because of that setup, and you could try and work on all that, but ultimately it ain't going to do anything for you, because what the reason of why you're doing everything is the distance that you're standing away from the golf ball is just terrible. So guys, let's do a little procedure here, which is going to get you standing away from the butt end of the club perfect every time. I don't care if you're a beginner golfer, don't care whether you consider yourself a pro. Do this and it will make this area way more consistent in your golf swing. So what we do, hang low sign. So just like you're a surfer. What you do, the thumb goes on your belt buckle, the pinky finger goes on the butt end of the club. That is ideal distance from your golf club. Grip it from there, boom, there we go. We can hit a shot. We've got way more room to move ideally. So make sure those simple things are in there. So that's one way you can do it. Hang low sign. Every single time you can do that, set up to it, and then hit your shot. You might be surprised that you actually, loads of your faults have just cleared up just from doing it. So another one you could do, stand in a golfing posture, hang your arms nice and relaxed. Where they're relaxed, grip the golf club from there. So I might take a tiny step back from there. So, and then, boom, we're in that exact same place. I could do the hang low sign. We're in the same spot. So, and then, of course, hit a ball. So that's going to feel very, very uncomfortable for a lot of you in that position. But if it feels uncomfortable, of course, it's because you've not been there. Now, we might all have slight discrepancies of standing a bit closer than some, a little bit further away than others because of the length of our arms. I personally got quite long arms, so I stand a tiny bit further away, but it's good to have that reference point that you can go to every time, just this. I remember when I used to run my beginner class at the first driving range I ever worked at. So the very big thing we did, and I'd see those beginners 6 months down the line, way after they've even, way after they've completed their group of beginner lessons. And I still see them doing that. So it's something you can continue to do as you go on, but it's not just for beginners, it's for everyone. So before you tear apart your golf swing, I know a lot of you do that, look at the basic things first. You're swinging over the top, are you standing too far away? You're early extending quite a bit, just no room going into the golf ball. Again, look at how close you're standing to it. Hang low sign, let's step up to it, let's hit it. So, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video. So, hang low sign, you'll be all good.